What's going on, family, and welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today is a special one. We're going to be discussing a movie called The Ride from a YouTube personality that I just met not that long ago. We pretty much hit it off on Instagram, and man, it seems like, we're on this journey together. We're both aspiring to be bigger than what we are now. This man is a gem. He was one of the first ones to support me. Today makes 2 months that I've been in this YouTube space, and he's been a joy to even share a convo with. And I came across his channel, which is amazing. It's called Emotion Eye Films. He's a director, and a lot of his movies are short stories, short films. And this movie in particularly is not only considered, but it won Best Horror Short Film at the Real Film Festival in November of 2021, which I'm extremely happy for him. You can tell that he put a lot of work into this, and he has other videos as well that you should definitely go check out. And I just want to say kudos before I even give this review. This short film was amazing. It's a suspenseful thriller, and it keeps you guessing, and it keeps you thinking. And I love watching films that do that. And we're gonna get right into it. It's called The Ride. It's a short film. It's a psychological horror short written by Donnie R. Bowling and directed from none other than the man I'm talking about now, Joshua Charperrin Woodard. And I just want to say kudos to him. This was an amazing project. Just to give you a short summary of the movie without spoiling too much. This is about a man who calls a ride sharing company, if you're not too familiar, something like Uber or Lyft, for a ride home after really late, after celebrating at a company party for a particular achievement that he just, I guess, hit. And he and the taxi driver have small talk due to the long drive that they have. And through minimal conversation, we found out that the passenger has a family and has a wife and a child. And we know this not only through conversation, but we know this because there's someone narrating the story as it's going along. And I thought that was unique. It starts off with this man sitting in a bus stop, waiting for a cab. He looks a little out of it, but you could tell it's really late. He looks tired, and you could tell there's something on his mind. You don't know what it is, especially through conversation, he talks to the cab driver on how he was being celebrated, right, for an achievement at work. So you would have thought he would have been a little more happier. But throughout the ride, you can tell there's something lingering in his mind. And things get tumultuous as he asks the driver a question that makes the driver a bit awry, as he takes a few glances at his gun, and you can tell the taxi driver is experienced. Or maybe sinister, you don't know. That's what I love about the way the story is interweaved here. He's a cab driver, so with experience, maybe you should hold a gun or a knife, a hammer, just for protection. God forbid things go south while, dropping somebody off or even picking somebody up. As easily you could get robbed, God forbid shot, killed, for doing your job. So you don't put too much thought into that. You just think that, okay, maybe the cab driver is, he just has that gun because the conversation all of a sudden got a little awry. The man in the back, you don't know who the hell he is, and things might go south, right? So the passenger then explains how at this party there was a woman or some kind of gypsy who read his palm, and that things didn't really go his way during that reading. And that's when things throughout this movie start to get tense. What I love is the way the story concludes. It brings up questions on how he got to where he was. Was he drunk? Was he hallucinating? Or was this the work of a competitor at work that maybe possibly drugged him? Or what happened in general? I'm not going to give the movie away because I think you should definitely go see it. It's no more than 10 minutes long, and it's definitely something you should see. The positives about this movie is the suspense factor. Throughout the whole ride, it gets pieced and pieced and pieced and pieced together. The conversation starts out, like a minimal conversation you're gonna have with your taxi driver. Since you have a long trip, you're gonna want to conversate a little, right? So that way you don't fall asleep in the taxi. And at the same time, you can tell that the taxi driver's responses are very vague. You can tell that doesn't really want to talk. He just wants to go his way and take this man to his house. Another positive is it's very psychological. I thought the cinematography in the film, I thought was awesome. I think shooting at night in that situation that occurs in the story was genius, because I don't think that it would have been great the way it came out if it was during the day. I think doing it in the night reflected the environment of the story. I thought that was awesome. And what I liked was also when you get towards the end of the film, the outcome of what happens, it leaves you speechless, because there's a second during towards the middle where it stays kind of black, and then it gets back to the story, and okay, what happened around this time? And I thought that was genius why they left that out. I think most likely they left it out too to make you think what happened between that short time. Did something happen with the driver? Did the driver give him something to drink? Because towards the end he starts convulsing, and you don't know why. And you don't know if he lives, you don't know if he dies. You just left there speechless, and you have no idea what's going on, and you have no genuine reason for this. Was it the gypsy that maybe did this to him, or maybe foresaw this? And maybe was he thinking too much about what happened? Did he do this to himself in the back seat? We don't know. And I think that was genius. Negatives. I honestly can't really tell you. If I had one negative, I wish this was longer. I wish it was longer. I wish it was a bit more thrilling, because even though it was suspenseful, it left me wanting more, which is a great thing. And for my mixed aspects, honestly, I don't really have any. I thought the movie was solid. Again, I would just wish it was a little longer, because you want to see not only the taxi driver a little more fleshed out, but then again, it's a taxi driver. He shouldn't really have too much story. But if something cynical did happen, then I want to know why, if for any reason, right? And man, I give this movie definitely a strong 8 out of 10. I look forward to seeing the direction which Joshua Charperrin Woodard continues to go in. I'm a fan. This gentleman is awesome. I believe this is his 6th film with this writer, Donnie R. Balling, who is awesome. The way he wrote the story, the way he bends your mind, and the way he views things. What I like too is the direction of the story. I like the way they took certain angles, certain pictures. There's times where they're driving and there's a shot of the car driving, and sometimes you don't know why. You're like, okay, but you never see where they're going. And also what I thought was cool was the light inside the car is on throughout the whole time. I don't know if maybe that was because of a lighting thing, or I thought that added a little more suspense to the story also. Instead of it being dark in the taxi, it was actually light, and it was a blue light. And every time the driver would look back, you saw that blue light, and it was unique. It was a unique experience. I'm glad that he recommended me to see it. I'm gonna recommend you go to his page, Emotion Eye Films, on YouTube, and he's also on Instagram. Go check this man out and leave your comment. Let me know what you thought about the film. If you go check out any of his other work, let me know what you thought. And to the next one, subscribe to him, Emotion Eye Films. And if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. And if you want more content, you already know what to do. Peace.